Hello again. Construction safety. The series is getting more responses for it's one of the largest branch. After discussing work at height and fall protection, today's topic is also one of my personal favorite, and that is on scaffold safety. Construction work is considered to be highly hazardous due to its inherent nature of activity involved and the manner we perform those activities. Many of the activities require technical skills and competency along with the job experience. The violation of engineering principles or standard code of practices may lead to accidents. Scaffolding operation is considered the highly technical operations with serious hazard potential. Unless we take right steps building a loss prevention program at our job site, we may end up with serious trouble with loss of job schedule, workmen, company image, and property. Hence, to perform the job safety knowledge on scaffold terminology, safe erection and maintenance, and most importantly, inspection are essential. So let us see what we have for safety in scaffold. Before starting anything, we must first understand the definition of scaffold. Now, if unless and until the very basic form, the definition is clear, we'll not be able to move forward. So it is very important for us to first understand the definition. So let us see what the definition say. The definition of scaffold says that what is scaffold? Any temporary elevated platform. Okay, this is known to all. Scaffold is an temporary elevated platform, correct? But along with it, now scaffold will be either supported or suspended. But one of the most important part that we forget is that temporary elevated platform is either supported or suspended. So it is supported with what? It is suspended from where? It is supported and suspended through a supporting structure. Hence, supporting structure also forms an important part to understand when it comes to scaffold safety, including the point of anchorage used for supporting employee or material or both. Now this definition, let us go in clear short. Any temporary elevated platform supported or suspended and its supporting structure including point of anchorage used for supporting employee or material or both. Now you have to think again. Temporary elevated platform is there, alright. Structural support or supporting structure should at least be robust enough to take the load of scaffold. Hence, calculation for the dead load becomes important part, that whether your structure will be able to support this much load or not. Along with this, the point of anchorage, this also forms a very important part. If it is not tied properly to a structure, it will again lead to its collapse, and which may result into a serious hazardous condition or an accident. Now, along with this, you have to understand it is used for what? It is used for supporting employee, material, or both. This is basic definition of scaffold. So I hope this part is clear. Let us move forward and see what hazards associated with this particular system or scaffolding. So safety in scaffolding, we will be discussing now hazards. When we say that we are going to discuss hazards, that means we want to understand what causes the scaffold accident. So the very first aspect that we must know is, okay, scaffold accidents happen because of what? Now, most of the cases, it comes back to training. It comes back to, this is back to untrained or improperly trained workforce. Primarily, scaffold don't erect itself, right? So there are people who are erecting it. When people erect it, so there are people who make mistakes. Hence, most of the accidents can be traced back to untrained or improperly trained workers, because of whom scaffold was not erected properly. Not critical, right? It's a living thing. But when we are working along with it, life. things that we need to see. What are the things that are to be, in right form, in right place, in right condition. So the very first component is component failure. Component failure. What components are? If we start from the base, it is your screw jack, your base plate, your sole board, comes your clamps, your pipe, fittings, everything. So irrespective of which type of scaffold you are making, more or less remain the same. And when we see component, the base lift, the lifts or base plates or sole board, they are mostly the same. Now what people think that why the components are so important? Every individual component is important. If there is soft soil, you need to have a sole board or sill. There is a block which ensures that on a soft soil, scaffold doesn't go deep or it doesn't stuck inside the soil. So it's very important. These surfaces are uneven. What we have to do. So proper orientation is very much required. So when it comes to component failure, the very first basic starts from this sole board. Then comes base plate. If the base plate is not, so what we have seen is these two things are the biggest error making when it comes to component failure. The base is not right, it will immediately affect the sole board is not right, it will inside the soil. Sometimes we see that people in case of sole board, rather than using wooden plank, use metal plates. So when you are using metal plate, while taking the plate, if your plate are bent, that means it is not suited. That means your scaffold was not protected properly. That means the pressure was transferred so high as damaged the application. And trust me, friends, when it comes to component failures, some components you're lucky if going wrong. But if one clamp breaks, it will immediately trigger a series of picking off all the clamps and it will collapse the scaffold. Now coming to work platform failure. Work platform failure, when you are talking of, is what happens? See, it's very simple. What we do is that we overlap the platform. When we do overlapping, it means number of times you are walking through that surface, you have to record one near miss each. Why? Because when you have uneven surface, what we are looking at? We are looking at slip and fall hazard. Because every time there is a chance that person might slip over it and might fall. And working platform should always be straight. And to make them straight, what you have to do, you immediate transoms below the work platforms or the gullies to ensure that they are properly aligned in a straight way. Even second most important element is the guardrail. So why guardrail fails? Because we anchor ourselves in the guardrail. This is the most common mistake most of the people are doing nowadays. Anchor themselves in guardrails. Oh, fine. This okay to anchor yourself in a guardrail. Understand, guardrail is below waist. So when it is below waist or at waist level height, you anchor yourself in guardrail. Normally, we are working on the topmost working platform. So what happens? The guardrails are having, tips are open-ended. And when you have an open-ended tip, the moment there is a fall, what will happen? It might pop out of the, out of the end point of your pipe, which may result in guardrail failure. So in this case, what you can do, what you have to do is very simple. Simplest of the technique is that you just need to build one more single lift height of your guardrails so that the pipe level is up and you have to anchor yourself there. Now, in most of the cases, prefer not to anchor yourself in guardrails or with scaffold structure. Specifically, when you're working on a scaffold, make sure there is a possibility to anchor yourself with a supporting structure or with a lifeline. Prefer the most, because in case of scaffold failure or scaffold collapse, you will at least be safe. Always make sure the you're working on topmost, never in between, never ever in between. Because what happens when scaffold collapses, you will be a sandwich. And trust me, friends, it's a very bad situation. This is why you should always prefer working on the topmost working platform. Always have a lifeline or anchor yourself to supporting structure which is preferred. This is preference. If you don't have facility available, then unconditionally what you have to do is build one more lift height and anchor yourself. You don't need to go on the lift height. You just make lift height so that at least your anchor point is above your head height. So this becomes much more easier and this is much more better protected. Even if tank goes away, you will only fall at your knee level height, which will save your life. Trust me, when tanks break, there are sharp edges there. If you go below your waist height, you can also injure your neck or anything, and that will result into a bad injury. So you can be safe from there. Then comes fourth point, and that is scaffold support failure. So if you have tied the scaffold to a supporting structure, always make sure that it is tied with a right angle or a 90-degree load bearing coupler. It is tied properly. It is tied at the right intervals. Make sure that it first and last is must. You have to make sure that the scaffold arrangements are such that first and last is always tied, and in between, whichever places the supporting structure is to be possibly anchored, you anchor yourself there. So make sure that scaffold support failure doesn't happen. Make sure that the calculations are done so that whether the support can take that much load or not. If not, then what you have to do, you have to do alternate arrangements of making rackers or extension steps or step form of scaffolding. So that is independently standing and you have given on the back. Correct? Now making secure access to work platform. Now we have seen most of the cases, this is the biggest problem, that make access. We have a tendency of working above, the pipes and all. So you never do that. See, there is a technique that is available of putting tank and going lift height. Going by lift height, is a time consuming job. No, it's not. It saves a lot of time because when you put tanks below, you can at least have the right measurement of platform above. Your scaffold will be completely aligned, will be labeled properly. This is the reason why, not because people want to be working on a platform, it will be safer. No. It will be much easier for you also. You will know where to support, how you can go up, and when you implement that, in the same procedure you can follow. Now for heights of scaffold, it's much more critical. So you have to make sure you keep on building the scaffold like. Always make sure that you knit the work platform and then tight structure. And then improper direction. So you have to understand improper direction. This is the biggest cause. If you are not directing the scaffold properly, if the sole board is not proper, if the base plate is not proper, if the kicker lift is not proper, if the structure is not plumb, all it results is into the cause of accident. Finally, these things what we have discussed should be the basic point of understanding for any person who is erecting the scaffold. So erecting competence is one of the major cause of scaffold accidents. I hope you have liked the video by now. So keep liking and sharing, and do not forget to subscribe our channel for our motivation. Thank you very much, friends. We'll keep sharing more such videos.